What's up, YouTube? It's your boy MegaFlareDuels here with a deck profile of Herald of Perfection for this upcoming format. And right before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe for more content, and I would really appreciate that. So, getting in depth of this deck, I decided to go with the YuGiOh / Star Seraph engine, just because in testing it was just the most consistent engine, and it just gave me the most explosive plays by far. So anyways, we can go ahead and begin. So I guess I'll start with the main deck first. So starting off the deck, I have the 3 copies of Herald of Perfection. Basically, it's just your win condition. Just being able to summon this on board and having enough fairies to negate your opponent's hand is way too good not to be playing. Then you have the 3 copies of Ben 10. Ben 10 have been working out very well for me at 3. It should be standard at 3, but I haven't tried messing around with the numbers, and 3 is just by far the best ratio. And other than that, it just gets to all your engine cards. Then I decided to go with the 2 copies of YuGiOh. A lot of people want Saphira, which Saphira isn't totally bad, but with the YuGiOh engine, you basically have to cut down on fairies if you decide to go with Saphira, which won't give you enough negation. So I just decided to go with YuGiOh. And overall, YuGiOh just have so much more utility. It allows you to be able to make more rank 6 plays, because it lets you search out your ritual spell whenever it's summoned. So overall, it's just a really powerful card in my opinion. Then of course you have the 3 copies of Stick, the 3 copies of Chair. You want to be able to see these. Essentially, you want to open up with one of these and search out the second one, or search out the other one, the missing piece you need off the Ben 10, and it's just really good essentially. Then I of course have the 3 copies of YuGiOh. YuGiOh is really good. If you don't know what it does, you basically pay 3,000 life points, and it's not once per turn. And you can essentially send an extra deck monster, which is of course your what's called your Herald of the Arclight, to essentially be able to search any ritual monster or ritual spell, which is way too good not to be playing. Then I have the 1 Archlord Christia and the 1 copy of Manju. Essentially, there's a lot of broken combos with the Christia that it's really good not to be playing. And then you have Manju as well, which is a really powerful card. So I decided to go with those 2 as my last fairies. That is the monster count, which will be 19. I just feel like you want to run more spells than you do monsters, just because you run stuff like Ritual Sanctuary. So you have more access to your monsters anyways, so you want to be able to just search them off your spells. So now getting on to the spells, we have 3 copies of Ritual Sanctuary. It's way too good not to be playing at 3. It just searches out your Light Fairy ritual monsters and your ritual spells, which is way too good. Then you have your main ritual spell and Dawn the Herald. This is just a really powerful card, especially for the fact that this is such an old card. And it's just so surprising that an old card like this have a really good effect to being able to add back your ritual monster you use tribute. Just being able to add back the tribute monster you use to your hand is really powerful, essentially. So I just love Dawn of the Herald. Then you have 3 pre-prep and the 1 preparation of rites. Pre-prep is way too good, and then just because it searches out your Herald, and preparation of rites is really good as well. Then you have 2 copies of Machine Angel Ritual, 2 copies of Terraforming, and 2 copies of Instant Fusion. I feel like Instant Fusion is really good, just because noting as a fairy essentially just gets your plays going, or it just adds on to your plays. And then Terraforming to get to your Ritual Sanctuary and Machine Angel Ritual for those occasional ritual summons of YuGiOh. Then we have 1 Raigeki, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Upstart, and 1 Metaphor Fusion. I felt like these are really good, powerful spells essentially. Even though you pay a lot off of YuGiOh, if you don't open up YuGiOh, you won't use this effect in the late game. So if you open up the Soul Charge instead, you might as well pay for it, just because there's a lot of broken plays you can open up with Soul Charge. Metaphor Fusion, you can dump off Ritual Sanctuary to essentially get free draws as well. And Upstart, it's just you want to be playing 39 cards for consistency. And then the best card in here, essentially backed up by Herald of Perfection, is Vanities. If you back up your Herald of Perfection with Vanities, you should auto win essentially. It's just way too good not to be playing. And that's essentially what it's called. That's essentially the main lineup. So 40 cards essentially. Then we'll go with the extra deck. The extra deck consists of one Nodin. If you can see, I'm sorry that the glare is kind of bad. Then 2 copies of Herald the Arclight. 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Cheer Girl. The Castell Utopia Squad for getting over big monsters. Ouroboros is just way too good. Deltaros and Castellar Diamond. Deltaros for spot removal, and Diamond just is a really strong floodgate monster. Beatrice for the Soul Charge play. If you open up Soul Charge, you can leave your field with Beatrice, Christia, and Herald Perfection. So it's just really good not to incorporate. The 1 Strike Bouncer because it comes up occasionally, and Utopia Beyond for OTKing. And that's essentially is the entire deck. I didn't want to incorporate a side deck just because I'm still working on it. I haven't came up with a side deck that just fit this deck essentially. But there are a lot of side deck cards you can use, like Flying Sea, Maxi, stuff like that. Artifact Lancea is a big one as well because it's searchable. But like other than that, that's the entire deck, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I would really appreciate if you guys would like and subscribe for more content. And I'll hopefully see you guys next time. Peace, and Make Further Do This is signing out.